Hello, everyone. This is TBC elected leader from South Africa, and we are currently in KZN province where the event was taking place last night. It's 10:37 a.m. Currently in South Africa, and good day to other lands and good night, PNG. I suppose it's night as you speak. So thanks again for all those who were um, watching our live broadcast yesterday. Yes, uh, things were happening since you saw our replay YouTube video. And we are still here and looking forward to meet with the KZN executive for other developments. And we hope other provinces as well around South Africa will be duplicating what is happening here in order to grow our communities in South Africa. And thanks again. So I know I haven't been live since from Thursday night. That was my last broadcast. I was caught up in a situation whereby I had to prepare for my trip to this province where I'm currently. So I decided to make this live stream. I know many people are not available at this time. Some they're in church, okay, some they are available. As you can see that I have and quite a number of viewers, and sometimes, like I said, of a bigger number, but it's a matter of how the message is reaching out our communities around the globe. So if there are any questions or if you'd like to share something or a testimony, yes, you can go on the chat so that we can iron out whatever. But if I'm not in a position to give an answer to some questions, please don't feel offended, but I will explain why, and also I will direct you somewhere where you can find the valuable information based on the question that you're asking. Okay. Okay. Secondly, being a committed member in this community, it requires much. We know that there will be oppositions from all angles, all corners of the world, but of course, that's the part of our struggles in this cryptocurrency. So I requested yesterday in one of my videos as they were interviewing me, and you'll actually see that the update for South African second year TBC anniversary. So it will be forwarded to you, and then you can go through it. We discussed much. There were multiple interviews going on, and based on the things that are happening currently and comparison between TBC and other cryptocurrencies. So people wanted to know more about it. So Soon, everyone will receive his or her copy as per request. Yes. So thanks, Manuel. Um, I hope you're good and good to see you again. Yeah. So, um, yeah, as you're still there, I was saying oppositions will forever be here, and it will depend how determined are we, and also uh, how much is our strength, because you find others are saying they are really shy to live stream about TBC. Some they saying they are scared, they don't want to go to jail. So people have different reasons why can they live stream. But yes, on the other hand, we see the growth in this community, and we're looking forward to expand to other territories around the globe, of which is happening currently. Um, we also spoke about the history of BTC, Bitcoin. Bitcoin has set up an example for each and every cryptocurrency around the globe, and of course, we have the top 10 in the in those cryptocurrencies. We have the top 10. Bitcoin is number one, and they had challenges, and we're talking about years, yeah, almost, I think it's over 9 years, sorry. Now, we also remember one man exchange for the price of pizza, two pizzas, yeah. So, but that did not bring down the entire. It was a good move because after that exchange or trade or sale, it became uh, worldly accepted by some. Okay, though as you compare business today and that time when that sale was generated, so there is um, of course a gap in between, because the understanding and though we don't have much merchants in Bitcoin, but individuals, of course, started using it to this day. Now the question is, after that sale of two pizzas, what made millions of people around the world uh, started using the coin or BTC? Then you want to know the reason. Of course, you'll go through the manifesto of Bitcoin. It will take you through and right up to this day. So what I'm trying to say here is that Bitcoin has set up an example for all other cryptocurrencies, and it was attacked from left, right, and center, and but they did not despair to this day. So if you came on board during that time, uh, let's say for an example, you have 1,000 bitcoins or 2,000 bitcoins, depends, because they were cheap. Uh, the price was 0.001 cents, I think. In African money, we talking about 7 cents, 7, 10 cents. So it really made a very big difference, and it was a breakthrough for many. Um, Now, when you look around, Bitcoin has created millionaires and billionaires around the globe in dollars. So we don't have to beat about the bush, but we must set the matter straight that Bitcoin was a breakthrough for all mankind. But at the end of the day, not everyone uh, accepted or took an initiative about that invention. Some they stood back, and some they took an initiative. Of course, um, I'm one of those uh, who took an initiative. So, and some of the bodies tried to manipulate it. Uh, Other government institutions tried to manipulate it. You know, it's it's so sad to see people who did not introduce that invasion fighting for something that is not theirs. They're just fighting for it. They want to take control. How can you take control of something that you don't even know how it started, how was it planned, what are the keys? They don't know anything. Even though they are elites, they claim to have control. Remember one thing that their knowledge is still limited. They cannot go beyond the masses. They are forever limited. That is why they can't sleep. They have to do their research every day. See? But I hope the unknown so-called Satoshi Nakamoto um, sleeps in peace every day while others are fighting for his concept, claiming to know, claiming to be in control. You know, the elites, they claim everything, but they're still battling. You know why? Because they can't adapt into our uh, inventions. They want us to adapt into theirs, but they don't want to adapt into us. And we don't expect them to be a part of us or adapt into our things because they were never good in the first place. So I'm just giving you a brief a brief understanding about the Bitcoin. Why I'm saying it has been a very good example for all mankind as the first cryptocurrency. It's still standing even now because if you bought 1,000, 10,000 of BTC 2009, we are talking something else now. Whether it goes down, whether it goes up, you are not affected. Now, let's take this example now. Let's copy it to the billion coin. I can explain the same thing, but I'll just change the wording there that instead of Bitcoin now, it's TBC. Now, if it took BTC 9 years or over 9 years to reach where they are today, then the same history is currently repeating itself with TBC. We don't care whoever says what about us, or whoever is waiting for the button, or who wants the proof, or what are the naysayers saying, or how are the elites planning against us, or the trolls and etc. We're not worried about that. We don't care about that because if nothing was happening within this community, on the 5th, we wouldn't have reached 3 million over. Now, people are busy bugging outside there and bugging, out there, saying a lot of things about us, but the growth, it's escalating. then you can see that between us and these people, one of us has got a problem. And that person or those people, they've been like that for decades. To this day, they haven't ever introduced any solution for mankind. Now, they are not looking at in this life with a different perspective. They have their own understanding. You know why? Because they've been manipulated by the system. So they don't think anything good for mankind. They always serve as agents. You look at their families, their relatives, or their associates, they're so miserable, just like them, because they don't think good about the creation of Jehovah. What they think is to serve their master, who is the devil. That is why they always work against any good invention that will rescue mankind uh, out of scarcity and poverty. So that is it. Now, the decision is yours. There's only two things under the sun. You follow their system or you become free. Not independent, but free. Because if you are independent, you are still under someone. You are being controlled. But if you are free, then you make decisions. You are in control of your financial situation. No one is doing that for you. You take control of it. We've seen that, like I've already mentioned, Bitcoin set up an example for each and everyone, whether you are highly learned or high school or formal school, but the concept is so easy. Anyone can understand it. But of course, you have to go through it. Um, if you don't, you may have your achievements from university, high school, or technical school, but that knowledge doesn't work here. Why I'm saying this? Because when you look around today in the world, the professors, some of the professors, uh, uh, country presidents of, I mean, the state presidents, you name them, clergymen, when you introduce Bitcoin, for an example, or TBC, they wonder, they don't know what it is. Then you ask yourself, no, 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 something is not right. Uh, the type of education they received from those institutions did not teach them the financial education. That is why they don't know. So that's why when they come on board, either Bitcoin or TBC, they must start learning again. And they learn new things and they wonder. And to them, this is a pipe dream. They won't believe it because they were brainwashed that the only way for you to become a millionaire or to get out of scarcity is to serve uh, your masters and get a mandate from them. You don't have to make any decision. And what will happen after that? The world will be the way it is today because of the manipulation of the elite system through all those who are uh, highly learned or those with high achievements and things like that. So now, on the other hand, another part of the 7.5 billion population around the globe, they they wanted a solution how to get out of the scarcity or poverty. The solution is here. Instead of them embarking on that or taking an initiative, they wonder. And why? The billion coin, it's on the building phase as we speak. And we are moving towards something, and everyone can see that. And we're not going to stop because of the naysayers. I've already mentioned that. This is the solution, nothing else. Because the governments of the world or the elite system, what they're doing now, they want to introduce other laws that will um, affect all cryptocurrencies of the world. They have a lot to say about anything. But at the end of the day, when you look at the whole plan, it's not going to benefit anyone. It's going to benefit them. Look at the 99% of the world's wealth. It's controlled by them. And at the end, we are sharing only 1% of the world's wealth, meaning the 99% population of the world is sharing 1%, and the 1% is sharing the 99% of the world's wealth. I think these calculations and this explanation, it's straightforward, and anyone can make a decision. So to all those who are still interested to come on board, you are free to join us, learn how does TBC system works. Of course, get your free kernel gift worth $1 million, and you can top up, and then you wait. Then, on the other hand, you can partner with a trusted seller of your own choice. You know where to find that. You go to the billioncoin.info, you go to trusted sellers, you track down anyone that you want to work with, that person, he or she is a trusted seller, then you make a dealings with that person. And you learn further. Then if you don't have enough kernels or coins, then you can just partner, like I've already mentioned. You can partner with anyone, generate sales, get your 50%, and then share the other 50% with your trusted seller. That's it. While you are still in the building phase, but you can still generate something. Attacks, negative ones will forever be there, but they mustn't break you. Stay focused. That's my advice, because if you lose focus, you are giving an upper hand to your enemy. And remember that all members of the Billion Coin, they have something in this community. In their wallets, there is wealth appreciating daily. Now, can't you see that someone wants to steal something from you? That is why they're saying all these negative sayings about the Billion Coin. It's a scam. How can a scam last 2 years with a membership of 3 million? Tell me of any that has sustained 2 years and with a membership of over 3 million currently. So if some were good enough, by now we should be talking a different language. The world would have been a beautiful place for all of us. You know, abundance would have been escalating over the mountains, and but it's not like that. Instead, what is escalating is poverty, diseases, sickness, death, wars, crime, you name them. And the very same elite system are the ones who are behind all the human crimes around the globe. So why should I myself listen to them or follow their concept? I don't need anything from them. I owe them nothing, but they owe mankind something because they stole from mankind. Now here's the solution, the Billion Coin. Go and read the mission statement. You'll understand exactly why TBC is here. So Thanks, Mrs. Jules from New Zealand, and thanks, Caroline from South Africa, Johannesburg, in Gauteng province, and thanks, Emmanuel. And then, yes, I know Emmanuel. Okay. Emmanuel, is asking Mudiseng Caroline to take her through a live stream broadcast with Google Hangouts on his phone. But you're gonna battle, buddy. My advice is that use a laptop or a computer. The phones are giving us a problem. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Emmanuel. Are you from Accra, Ghana? Oh, I'm familiar with Accra, Ghana. Actually, we're supposed to be there with the Randy's Top 10 um, early this year. Yeah. Instead, we went to Papua New Guinea. Sorry, last year. Yeah. So, no, I think Caroline will uh, come back to you about that. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, thank you. You mean this one? Yeah. Thank you. Um, okay, Accra. Yeah. I would love to take a turn in your capital sometime this year. Yeah. Um, I know we'll also meet Augustus there, your TBC country leader. Okay. Now, lastly, I would love to say, while we are still on the building phase of our coin, I know that we are all going through financial constraints from different levels. At the end of the day, we have to cater for ourselves, our families. You know, there is a daily schedule that we have to maintain. That is why I love to say to many people, I don't love money, but I I understand the purpose of it because we must have it for affordability. Because as soon as I love the money, then I will fall into anything. I can even be an agent of the secret societies and start killing people because I have a love of it. So if we go through the scriptures and read about the teachings of the greatest man who ever lived, which is Jesus Christ, he said, the love of money, you know about that one. It's a what? You can go through the scriptures when he was with his disciples. So he encouraged us not to love it, but to understand the use of it. So we don't have to change things and say everyone loves money. That's not true. But I'm here today, you are all here today, and everyone, even the elites. Actually, the difference with some of us and the elites is that the elites loves money. And to this day, how many lives they've removed out of this world for the sake of money because they love it and they don't care whoever dies. We know that, we all know that. But some of us, we need money for affordability because we have to cater for certain things. We have to pay tax. There are things that we need to do. Without it, there's nothing we can do. Why? Because the system that we used before, bartering system, it has been intervened with by the elites. They close that one out so that we can go back to them and bow down to them. No, it doesn't work like that. That is why there are so many wars around the globe. So we are all gunning for the same resource in order to survive. Now, TBC says, look, I'm on the building phase, but I understand your problems. You can transact peer to peer, you can partner while we are still on this building phase. So I think everything is straight. And we are not certain when are we going to reach 1 billion, but before that, you can make a fortune. You can survive through TBC if you apply the guidelines that were outlined by the admin to each and every one of us. Visiting the blog, learning how it should be done is a good thing. Partnering, uh, that will help you a lot. We have so many trusted sellers that you can partner with. There's much in this community. There's much abundance, and you are free to do that because remember, if you don't prepare yourselves now, you're gonna have a problem because at the end of the day, this is your business. Some of us will be employing other people through TBC. Remember what I said. I said, not forgetting that each and every one of us must survive at the end of the day. That is why we are in TBC. Some of us, they are still doing other businesses until this baby grows up and mature. Then we know by that time we will be talking a different language, but it's better to learn it now, just like what most of us did with Bitcoin. We learned from 2009 and we are still learning about it. We understand it exactly with TBC. So I don't know. Emmanuel Kirelian will come to you about that one. Yeah, because should I start that now with you? I'm gonna have to extend my time. I'll need some time, and I'll be out of the. Uh, I'll be out of my schedule because now I'm still in KZN province, South Africa, where the event was taking place. So I have a meeting. I have a meeting with the executive leadership in an hour from now. So sorry for that, my power was going down. Yeah. So and otherwise, if I had a moment, I was gonna take you through, but you must have a laptop. It will be easier. Okay. Or she can also help you out. Thanks, guys. I don't see any questions. Okay, apart from the one Manuel forwarded. Yeah, no, thanks, guys, for showing up. I haven't been talking to you for days, and I will be live streaming later today, but my times are flexible. But you can just okay, Emmanuel, you're welcome, my brother. Yeah, so you can just go through. You can just check your emails, then you'll see a reminder, and then later we will talk. Because I'm leaving from this province tomorrow morning. Yeah, and then tomorrow at 10, I won't be broadcasting. I'll broadcast later in the afternoon because I will be on the road for 5 to 6 hours. Yeah. So thank you again. Thanks, Mrs. Jules from New Zealand. It was nice having you here today. Thanks, my brother Manuel from Accra, Ghana, in Africa. And thanks, Kirling from Gauteng province, Johannesburg, South Africa. Good to see all of you guys. and you can go to YouTube and do a replay about our live stream video that was recorded yesterday uh, during the celebration of KZN second anniversary. And thanks again. I'll talk to you later. Ciao.